Hey y'all, Easy Slider here. Are you ready? Are you sure? Okay. Critical things you need to know about a long distance relationship. If you've noticed, the further we get into the long distance relationship, or LDR, things that we're talking about, begin to get a little bit more important, and you begin to realize there's just a whole lot more to it than you realized. So you're going to see that happening as we move along. You know, it's a perfect time right now to think about what comes next. Well, I kind of think of the whole thing as like a treasure hunting expedition. You know, when you're fixing to go look for treasure, you want to gather all the information you can. That's important. The more information you have, the easier things can be. You know, like maybe a treasure map, okay, all right? You want to gather that information. Then you want to sit down with all of that information in front of you and plan everything you're doing. Agree? I think you will. There's no difference here. You want to gather as much information as possible because you want to make the best decision you can, and you want to base that decision on a solid foundation, not just a hunch. Now, before we go on further and further into our information, I want to take a few seconds and ask you to do something for me. I'd like to understand my audience better because it helps me to provide information that's more into what you're looking for. So I'm going to ask you to please comment below. Okay, I use the word please. Please comment below one of the following things. If you're in a long distance relationship, just type in LDR. If you're thinking about starting a long distance relationship, just put thinking. Okay? If you're just curious about a long distance relationship, just type in curious. And then if you would, I'd like for you to tell me what country that you live in. Okay, come on, do that for me. Help me out, okay? Alrighty, the following things we're going to be discussing, there's many aspects of this that's going to be very, very helpful in your long distance relationship. Very helpful. Now, it's necessary you follow me all the way to the end, and I'll tell you why. Because if you miss only just one little tiny part, you might know that would be the part you needed more than the rest of all the other big things, all right? So, hang on, listen to it all the way to the end, and I think you'll come out on the other end with something that's going to help you out. I want to start out by saying something that I feel is very important as a visitor in another country, is showing respect. I think it's important, first of all, you show respect to your new LDR partner, you know, and then our family. Show respect to our family. When you do that, they're going to open up to you and be more willing to talk to you because they feel comfortable and they feel like you honestly care about them when you listen to what they're telling you and use that information. So when they feel that, they're going to accept you more like family. All right? That's going to make life a lot easier for you. You know, I know that I'm saying this in a day and time where a lot of people don't have a religious preference. In the Philippines, though, you're going to see a religious presence, and it's going to be very obvious. So it's important to reach an understanding at this point. Something you want to agree on from the very start, because this can save you a lot of problems later on. Keep that in mind. It's important to know about what children are going to be involved. Will the children be going with their parent, their mother, or will the children be staying with a relative or other family members? Do the children speak English? How well? Of course, age matters, because after the child turns 18, they can't come so easy. Alright? You want to know her feelings. Where does she want to live? Does she want to live in her country? Does she want to live in your country? It's important to find this out. It can be a real deal breaker. Here's why. Example, she may want to come with you and you go live in your country. All right? That's great. If that's what she wants and that's what she wants. But her children don't speak any English. Oh man, you got a problem, okay? Or maybe she wants to stay in her country where she can be close to her family and all of her relatives and everything. But you, on the other hand, have to go back home to work. The things that you need to talk about. Oh, hey, there you are. I've been looking for you. I had a job opening I wanted to toss out to you there. I think you really would fit in really well. The job is superhero. Oh, you think that's out of your league? No. Let me explain. Here's what it don't take, okay? You don't have to have X-ray vision that can melt steel with your eyes. No, you don't have to have that. And you don't have to be able to throw lightning bolts from your hand. Nah. And you don't have to be able to wave your hand and everything freeze over with ice. No, you don't have to do that either. What about making that ball of fire and throwing it? No, you can skip that too. So what is the qualification? Oh man, I'm gonna tell you. You already got them. I know you do. It's helping me. How? Oh, well, you know, a lot of this information that we're starting to get into is kind of hard to find, and actually some of it's going to be real hard to find for somebody that's in a long distance relationship. And I remember back when I was just starting that there was a little girl that helped me out. She told me where to go find things and what to do with them when I found them. And really, she's kind of like my little superhero, okay? And that's what I need help with. I need you to help me get the word out. How do you do that? A couple of ways. Like, subscribe, notification. Oh yeah, that'll help a whole bunch. Also, you know, you can put on your Facebook if you've got any friends that might be considering long distance relationships or what it involves and they're thinking about it. Put something on your Facebook to direct them over to me where they can watch some of the videos and find out some of the information they need. And you know, I got a sneaky feeling that one day you may be somebody's superhero like that little girl was to me. So come on guys, put on that superhero costume and give me a hand. Now let's get on back to the important stuff, okay? You see, a lot of the people here, or many of the women here, are very attached to their families, and they have monthly obligations to the family, and they take that serious, all right? A lot of them are helping pay for a sibling to go through school, or a lot of them are providing financial support to the parents. That's very common in the Philippines. You see that all the time. The older child is a key player in the family financial support, and that you see it day in and day out. Some of the women feel like that family financial obligation is a must, while others feel, not so much. Now, I'll tell you though, if the family is against the idea of her leaving the country, you may have a problem. Some of the men I've known have had this problem before because the family expected financial assistance, and if they didn't get it, there was going to be a problem. Some of the men found solutions by paying the family a set amount each month to take care of their needs. I suggest if you do that though, that you set boundaries and you don't go out of those boundaries. It's an important thing. It's kind of like I heard one man say, it's like buying a car. I'm not buying a car. I'm getting married. I don't want to make monthly notes on my wife. Oh, I get it. Another thing to know is her attitude about money. If she expects you to just be gushing cash every month, just pouring on her. Or is she willing to work at the team? Is she willing to work for the good of the relationship? It's a good thing to know. Does she seem to be willing to work with you to solve problems? Or does she seem to be the one causing the problems? I think you better find that out, right? Okay. When she's around her friends, does she pay more attention to her friends or more attention to you? Or does she realize the importance of a balance between you and friends so that she can have a good relationship with you and yet still have all of her friends? All of these things that we're talking about are, there's things that are important in building and maintaining a strong relationship, especially if you expect a relationship to stand the test of time. And I think we all do. Finally, the most important question, what do you think it is? Oh, it's easy as one. Do you feel she's someone that you can be happy with and spend the rest of your life with? See, I told you it was easy. Kind of as you're preparing to search for your treasures, the information you're going to be gathering is what's going to make you have an understanding of whether she's the right person or not. And so it's better to gather all the information you can and give you and give her the best chance at success in this relationship that you possibly can. But, what happens if things you've learned and things you've experienced while you've been with her just make it seem impossible that you could ever choose her to be your wife? Well, let's just slide on over and answer that question. If I don't want to marry my long-distance relationship partner, what do I do? Come on.